Warning, emergency power only. Power restored. All primary systems online.
Hey, Saf Jazz. How you doing? Grammy says hi as well, Saf. No, I don't do intros. I find it cringy. I'm not saying you're cringy. I'm kind of the same, Sav. I watch a lot of YouTube. My life is YouTube. And games. I did not call you cringy. I'm just saying I don't do them because I find them cringy doing them myself. No, I wouldn't do that because you get foot and mouth disease. Kind of. Oh God. Do you mean Cartman? My plan today, I'm not too sure actually. I didn't think of it before I came. I think what we'll be doing is maybe expanding the base. Gonna try and find how to get the reinforced diving suit. And then get some more power with the radiation not the radiation, the thermal conductors. I forgot how much lithium I went out and got. Weird sticking out bit there. Something else I'll want to do is move all my stuff into the base and get it all organised. Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Right. I need food, so I need to find the other bit of the base. It's over there. No. I got my main base now that I've rebuilt. And I still got my last base with just like the multifunctional room. Literally just with the plants I had in.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Thank you. Something that I found out about this as well, which I find is a little bit stupid, is... I'll bring these back to the base a minute. I'm not ignoring you. It's a Ford Fiesta Z-Tech. Yeah. Wow. I'm just trying to get this to... I'm going to leave it on this now. Hope it connects. Here you go. Right, so... Oh god. He is really infected. Stalkers. Alright, so what I found out is you can bump into your base a few times with the cameras. And then when you get out, it actually damages your base. No, I was just doing it testing, like. So, like, if you bump into your base with your cameras, it damages them.
Systems initiated.
Right. Something else I want to do is... Yeah, but I didn't think that something as small as these cameras could do that. The other thing I wanted to do was try to like get the upgrades for the prawn suit and the Cyclops. I can go 500. Hey Nicola, how are you doing? And this can go 900. Oh, come on. Try to get in my sub here and it won't actually let me up. Here we go.
Engine powering up. It's low.
Actually, I know where to go. No, I know where to go. Here. Why? Oh yeah, you did say. Yeah, I've seen that a few times. Oh yeah. Yeah, I love that one. Yeah, it's so funny. I love that one. I like the bird is a word one. Yeah, we can kind of tell that. Yeah, I think it's sort of the same comedy sort of thing, but different.
Engine powering down.
Sounds legit. Hmm. Technically, if I was a woman, I wouldn't want any of them because they'd be all over me trying to get me. I just put the party audio back on so that they get context to what I'm saying.
Oh, you think that they might find that whole, if I was a woman, they'd
Yeah.
be all over me?
Yeah.
Maybe you'd be a really cute woman, and they would be all over you. At 20, they definitely would be all over you.
I mean, it's possible.
So the question was, right? You have to tell them what the question was so they'd understand the context.
Question was, if you were the only woman in the world, what man would you like to be with the most?
But that's assuming, so that I am not bisexual,
Yes.
or homosexual, or transgender, or non-gender. I'm gender neutral, so are you asking me on what man I would want to have as a sexual partner, or what man would I want to have to hang out? See, Snapchat knows Wolverine. I think it would be huge conversational. We'd have lots of conversation. But there's always multiple out there. Yeah, but now, okay, oh, see, you're talking now, that's a whole different aspect, because I may not want the most beautiful man in the world to reproduce with. I might want the most intelligent one. Not necessarily the same thing. I mean, think about it. If I'm the last human being, I'm pretty smart, but I ain't like genius level. So I'm going to want a genius person. Right, and then you're gonna want a genius person that kind of you can get along with. So they're gonna have to be hairy. I mean, I'm okay with hairy. Yeah,
that just went into an entirely different thing altogether.
I mean, and I would have to be. So they'd have to do something to make it so I could reproduce, because I'm past reproduction, as far as I know. I overthink all questions. There are no simple questions.
Sav Jazz Wolverine, enough said. I like that.
Yeah, see? He knows. Well, he just, I mean, hell, you go find my vlog. My second vlog was about Wolverine. Second or third one. He's been my idol since I was 16 years old. I've looked for him on Earth and have yet to find him. I found some hairy men that kind of look like him, but they don't have his personality type. So, personality type. I overthink every single question too. You can't. There is no simple questions for me. In fact, who was it I was talking to that said, oh, it was in a dream. I had a dream, and this person was interviewing me, and they told me I could only answer questions with yes or no. And I was like, well, that's not gonna happen with me. It's not. I mean, my family plays 20 questions. We have our own set of rules for 20 questions. That's a simple game. Have you ever played 20 questions?
I have.
Okay, so
Not with
it's supposed to be a
family,
yes or
but
no
it
game,
was like a
right?
machine.
Okay, well, it's typically the game is a yes or no.
Or
So
maybe, I
20
don't know.
questions. Well, yeah, that's true. That the person doesn't know the person. So in our family, though, we have clues, and then we have, because we don't think, we overthink everything. So if you say, is the creature, let's say I in 20 questions, let's say I'm thinking of an animal, and you say, is the animal black? Well, if the animal also comes in white and browns and pinks and purples, that question is both a yes and a no. Because then you got to think, are you thinking of that black animal, or is it a pink animal of the same species that you're thinking of? If you're thinking of the pink animal of that species, then the answer would be no. But you can't really say it's no, because technically there are black animals in that species. Do you see what I mean? Because that would throw the person off. So in our house, we have questions that if the question, it can't be a simple yes or no, then we have to say it is neither a yes nor no answer. Which, you know, is maybe. That's where the maybe comes in. But what if the black animal of that species was extinct? Would they still have a black animal in that species? And what if the black animal was the most known animal of the species, but it was an extinct animal? Would that still be a yes or no question?
Honestly, don't know.
Ooh, I told you, I overthink. An invite for what? So you don't want to play 20 questions? Truth or Dare is another of those that I can overthink. I don't overthink anything, personally. I don't only think I've played Truth or Dare twice in my life. I always end up getting in trouble and have to quit playing. Or piss them off. Piss people off. Remember Truth? Well, see, that's the case, yes. So, back to the question you asked. My problem would be is that I know so many males that I would personally like to spend the rest of my life with, but not necessarily want to have sex with. There are males that I would just like to have sex with once and then say goodbye, see you later, that was fun, let's not repeat it again.
I like that. That was fun, but let's not do it again.
Well, just because you know in the long run, it's not going to work out. I'm either going to get my heart broken or they're going to get their heart broken. And the acknowledgement of that is that there's vulnerability to getting to know somebody. It's more fun not to know them. So if you're asking me which man I would probably pick an intelligent guy who is hairy if possible, who I got along with really well, like a best friend, and then just figured that after a while we'd end up wanting to have sex because we'd be bored. Because there'd be nobody else, see? So actually you could kind of trap somebody into it. So if that person, what if that person ended up hating you, though? That would be bad. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Ha! But I am experienced in that. I am experiencing marriage counseling. I did not want to do marriage counseling. I never wanted to be a marriage therapist. No, you're not. There's no that doesn't always solve the problem. There are people that are very vindictive after they have a divorce, and sometimes that can be very dangerous for somebody's health. You have now. I need to get food for my dinos who've just fallen off the. No. So the question goes back to you. If you're the only male, which male or female would you want? See, I wouldn't ask it the way you did. I would say, which person would you want to spend your life with? Well, I figured that, but the proper way to say it is that way. Because you'd go insane and kill them anyway, so...
Online.
But that means that your now girlfriend, having heard that, will feel bad because you didn't pick her. Oh, if I was the last man on Earth, you're not coming along.
Oof.
For the next 30 years. That's pretty bad, Terry. Pretty bad.
Oh.
I'm going. Oh, there's that. It's, no, that's it. Not. Okay, we're safe. There's no dragon here.
Welcome aboard.
No dragon here. We're safe. What about you, Chris? If you were the only person, is there a person that you would want to hang out with for the rest of your life?
Honestly, I don't know.
You know what that reminds me of? Have you seen the movie Arrival?
Yes.
That's what that's like. And that, see how well that turned out for him for a period of time? Not very good. I think she was overly harsh, though, myself. I don't know that I would have looked at it the same way she did. I mean, would you have been mad if somebody had taken you out of deep freeze so that they could hang out with you? Oh, yes, wait. Passengers, that's right. Arrival is the one where the creatures come from. Yeah. Yeah. She had gone, like, back and she was from, yeah. That was a cool one, too. Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt.
I like Chris Pratt.
And Jennifer Lawrence. It was, have you seen The Passengers? Okay, so it's The Passenger. Have you seen that movie?
Yes.
Okay. So, how would you feel if somebody woke you out of deep space in the middle of a travel, and then now you don't get to continue your life? Because that's kind of what you're asking. Because anybody you take out of that, anybody that you, if all of a sudden for some magical reason you're the only person and you get to grab one person and take with you, you're taking that person from whatever life they also are having. Yeah, I remember that one. I have it, actually, somewhere. Then we're back to Wolverine. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Well, that's what I'm saying. If I had the choice, that's the choice I would make. But you're saying I have to pick somebody that's real. Like, real in our world, real. For a not real question. Well, no, Superman's not hairy enough, and he's got... The bad Superman, he's very bipolar. It's one way, you know, it's this or that. He's definitely got a borderline personality disorder. Only if he's being energized by the sun. I told you what I want. I want Wolverine. That's what I want. I would probably go with Sabretooth, but he's a bit of a, you know, Lulu, crazy man. Or Lobo, if we're going to the DC comic book universe, it would be probably Lobo. Would be my choice. Yes. Yes, that would be, because then I could actually smack him around and not worry about, you know, hurting him overly much. But no, the things that I like about their personalities, even though they're very one-dimensional, two-dimensional personalities, I mean, let's be realistic, that's what's kind of attractive about them, you know, get to know they're not so nicer parts of their personality, or even worse. Right. Yeah, no, I don't want Hugh Jackman, though he's a pretty man. He's a pretty man. He is a pretty man. You know, I've never dated, though. I have never dated people. I think once I dated a guy for his looks. I usually dated people because of their intelligence or personality. I went out once with a guy because he was really pretty, and it was a one-night stand, and then that was it, because he was going in the military and, you know, lots of other things going on. But, so, just to say that I once had a beautiful person, I guess, I don't know why, it just happened to be there that time period. So, but I don't date, that's not kind of, that if we were to look at how women are brought up, I mean, it's a whole different, I wrote a paper on it. I mean, a lot of these things I've written papers on because you had to do gender studies, you had to do sexuality studies, you had to do sexual and gender studies, you had to do attraction studies in when you take clinical psychology, because that's all the things that make human beings human beings. So if you look at the idea that we are programmed into what we like based on what we are subject to as children and teens, usually it is based on the things you don't get in life and the things that you got that made you feel good, and then the things that you wish upon because you think somehow they're going to be better than what they are. I like people who need people that nobody likes. Those are the kind of people I like, because those people are probably are more likely, in that weird concept of human logic, are less likely to leave you because they feel more connected to you because you took the chance on them. Those are the kind of people I dated. The problem is that those type of people tend to be more abusive as well, because they have a long line of people not being good with them. So you have to be very fine line. Yeah. Whoops, I fell off. But I don't want a prince. See, I remember I wrote an article about that once in one of my classes and pissed a lot of people off. I don't want a prince. I don't want somebody to save me. I tend to attract people who want to save me, though. The two people that I end up with are people who want to abuse me because they think that I have a bad self-image or something, and they take advantage of that. Or people who also think that, but they want to save me. So I end up with that. That's the kind of group of people I end up who want to go out with me. The kind of people I'm attracted to are those who either act like they don't like anybody at all, or end up being kind of more like a warrior, like the stand-alone person. And then the problem with that is they do stand alone. They don't really understand how to do that cooperative relationship thing. They don't understand give or take, it's my way or the highway kind of shit with them. So that's not good either. I mean, the people we pick in life are based on many things, like availability, first of all. How available is that person to you? Second, how does that person make me feel? What does that person look like? But for men, it starts out, what does that person look like, more often than it does for women. Even though you'll have guys who will say to you, well, they only go out with the pretty boys. Well, usually those guys who say that are attracted to women who would only go out with pretty boys. It's kind of that thing, they're attracted to the thing they can't have. Sav Jazz is the my way or the highway. Yeah, that's Sav Jazz's secret personality trait. It's my way or the highway. Anybody that hasn't figured that out in the last year or so, hanging out with him. So Sav Jazz is hairy, and it's my way and the highway kind of personality. Maybe I should come and kidnap you and put you in a bottle and stick you in my special closet. Pull you out and play with you every once in a while.
All systems online.
Everyone has to have a special closet. So far I'm not freezing to death yet. I'm almost 18. I know. I don't know, but I'm not in that. I'm almost at 50-50. But I'm on the ground, so maybe that makes a difference. Not in the air. I'm covered though in fur except for my chest piece, because I have my wings. Yeah, well, so was I in the sky, remember? I died. I know all about the freezing to death, but I'm almost at 50-50. Oh, that's it, yeah. I just don't want you guys to know this. Yes, if we could all figure out how to self-heal, that would be a plus, wouldn't it, Sav Jazz? I could just put you in a little box. Box. There you go. I always was told by a psychiatrist that I should date the exact opposite of me, so I tried that. It didn't work. It didn't make like one whole person. I thought maybe that would be what the person was thinking. There's the myth of your one true love. The Greek myth of that is that at one time human beings were one, both male and female, one creature, and then they were pulled apart. And so your true love is your exact opposite. But really, your exact opposite would probably, it'd be the same as dating someone who was exactly like you. It would piss you off. I don't think that it would balance well. I mean, sometimes it might balance well, but at other times it wouldn't. Because think about it, if you are a arrogant person, right, and you're hanging out with someone who has a lot of humility, that's not going to work out really well. Chris, you're not making much comment, and it's your stream. You're supposed to be talking.
I'm just interested in what you're saying.
Yes, your chat. Now people are listening to Yuto.
All systems online.
You can make some major statement here. You can do it. Go for it. Truth or dare. That was favorite. Yeah, but see, I'll chit chat forever. I mean,
yeah, we all know you can chit chat forever. Oof.
Yes. Well, I used to get in trouble for it. So Always. I was always in trouble for talking. Talking in class, talking in places, talking. That was the biggest
Yeah, I
problem
believe
in my
that.
life is talking. But you have to understand, I came from a household where I wasn't allowed to talk at all.
Really?
If I was asked a question, it was supposed to be a yes or no question, and I would do, like, ever since I was small, I would always say, but there's no such thing as a yes or no question, of which I would then be labeled as a smart ass and be in trouble. I was constantly in trouble for opening my mouth, all the time. Oh yeah, my dad told me that women who talk are less attractive. And since I was already ugly to begin with, I kind of needed to curb that, or I was never going to be able to get married. Of which I then said, well, why would I want to get married? And then I was told that I was a bad child.
Vital signs stabilizing.
What'd you run into? Because I know it wasn't for that. Oh, well, he's dead, so you're all good. Well, anybody that does it, not just male or female, it can be problematic. Yes, but that was while she. How long did she date that person? Not to be mean or anything. But yeah, see. At some point in time, would that not have been a question of should I still be doing this? But I understand. Really, I'm not denoting on your friend because most of us are attracted to people. There's a lot of people who are attracted to people who treat them very, very poorly, and then are unable to understand how to get out of it because they get gaslighted. So. Right.
Sound on y'all's end.
Hello? What was that?
Hello.
It's gotta be on y'all's end.
Who do we have?
It's Johnny.
Hey, Johnny, what's up?
I've been here for a minute. Y'all haven't been hearing me talking?
I've been hearing you.
No, you've been muting. I didn't hear you. I just heard you now. Oh, but I'm not on my, it didn't show on my PlayStation. What you doing, Johnny?
Playing some PC.
I dropped in yesterday for that. I don't know if you saw me or not.
I seen you. I don't know if you heard me or not.
No, I didn't hear you, so, because I didn't, who did I talk to that you were doing, I was telling people you were playing that game and if they wanted to pick it up on play, oh, it was Tow Trucker. I told him about how you said that game was only $20 on a computer, and that he should see if his computer would run it.
The program doesn't list any specs, any minimum spec requirements to run it.
So there you go, Toe.
Oh, it looks like I should easily be able to get in there.
I was talking to Jada about it, the D&D game. Yeah. So maybe Jada didn't tell you yesterday. Yeah, he's playing a tabletop game that's a D&D game that you run on the computer, and then you play it with him. And he was looking for people to play it with. And I could probably play it on my computer. I just don't have the cash right now for the game. So I'm at 50-50 and not freezing. Don't bump into me, Rhinoceros, because then you'll be mad at me. It's a pretty color, though. Alright, so we need to build right here. Right exactly at 50-50. So were you listening to our conversation, Johnny?
A little bit.
So what's your answer on that aspect about if you were the...
Oh, what?
If you were... Go ahead.
He wasn't here for this.
Oh.
Anyone in the world?
Yep.
Lisa Bison.
And he's the only one who made that statement.
I mean, it wouldn't do any good. Two people can't repopulate the Earth. It's mathematically impossible.
Oh, there's people out there, you've just broken their heart. Well, with divine intervention, it would work. So, you know, divine intervention could be genetically enhanced.
Scientifically speaking, yeah, it wouldn't work. Who?
No, that's incorrect. Don't. Hey, wait, because, hey, you're on stream.
Okay. I'm on stream too.
You're streaming too? Well, yeah, but I don't know. It's not our stream, so you wouldn't care, but Thunderboom might care.
Oh, what? Oh, religious
Well,
stuff?
if somebody took offense to the statement.
I
That's
would
a
congratulate them on expressing their offense and then tell them to fuck off. Because their offense...
I know you would. I know you would. But I don't know. We're also on Thunderpoo's stream, so I'm not sure what his viewpoints of telling people to fuck off for being offended by a statement
I mean,
that may or may not be truthful.
this has all gone out live already, so there's no reversing it.
No, there's not. But I
So
mean,
at this
I
point,
could eat mine.
at this point, I don't really care.
That's why you have to be careful what you say on stream, because there are people that are Hispanic that would may or may not take offense to the statement.
Just by saying that one word.
Yeah. I mean, anybody could have multiple children. I mean, I think the person that holds the record, the family that holds the record for the most children, I think it was 15.
Well, my granddad...
Because a woman's reproduction, unless you were doing multiples, your reproduction system wouldn't be able to hold up to more than a certain amount.
Well, you can go up pretty high. Because my grandma, she had 11 boys and 5 girls.
So that makes 16, 15. That's what I said. I think it's like 20 or less. So 15, 20. So that's in the world records for holding children.
Oh, okay, I got you.
I mean, I'm sure there's... Yeah. Right, but she was already
I think that's on
starting
like
to have
22
issues.
already.
She was already starting to have issues with that. I mean, that was the thing, is that there was already problems with that. The last child, they had some problems with their last child, so... Yeah, but I'm just saying that genetically wise, the older the female gets, the less... So here's the thing about human reproduction scientifically. A woman's eggs are created when the baby is formed in the womb. So a female carries eggs that are the same age as her. So at some point you're going to have 50-year-old... If I was to reproduce now, my eggs would be 50 some odd years old. So the DNA material at a certain age starts to fall apart. Men, not so much, because their sperm reproduces on the spot, technically. So that's why in the past, younger women were more like, people would want younger women, because you could see that the babies were had a better chance of surviving than older women, babies would. So, and then you have more higher chances, because you have breakdown of DNA, you have higher chances of DNA disorders. You know,
That's what they're
extra
always talking about
chromosomes and stuff.
when they talk about the
Autism. Yeah. Because there's a certain period of time your eggs are at their best prime, which technically is going to be 5 years from when puberty first starts for a female. That's the ideal age. So if you started having your period at 13, 18 is going to be your prime, and then there's a 10-year slot there. So from 18 to 28 is going to be your best time, and then after that your eggs are going to start having pieces and parts falling, and you're going to have a higher likelihood of having children that have disorders. Now that's not saying that there aren't people out there that had babies when they were 50, 55 and their babies were perfectly fine. I mean, it's statistically, you're always going to have that exception to the rule, but it's an average. So the average is that after your 10-year span of your prime, you have a more likelihood of having mental health issues and things like that. And if you look at family trees, which they have you do sometimes in genetic, when you go to have a genetic testing done, they'll look at your family tree. If you look at when your mother or father, all the women in your family, when they had their babies and how the babies, grew up to be, you can kind of map that out. So,
Right.
I mean, that's the thing that people don't understand. There are reasons behind some of our social norms that we find a little weird. Like why would men date younger women? Well, technically, because men can still have children all the way up to the day they die, whereas women cannot. I mean, they could, but until you hit menopause. But even now, because of menopause, you can push menopause back once you become pregnant. It'll just automatically push it back, and your body will think you're still in reproductive state.
Right.
Because was that woman there's a woman in England that just had quadruplets? She had 4 through IVF. Through that intro. Can't remember the V part of it.
Intravenous.
Yeah.
Is that what it is for fertilization?
intravenous
No, it's
Intravenous is where they go into your veins.
All right.
Yeah, it's the God damn it! I can't think of the name. I was trying to talk about
It's very close to intravenous.
Yeah, but it's when they go in and they put the fertilized eggs into the womb. So she's not really dropping her eggs. She could use anybody's eggs at that point. You don't have to use hers. In fact, you could take a younger woman's eggs and use them. And she had 4. I don't know how many they fertilized. I mean, they could have fertilized a hell of a lot more of that. More than that, and 4 is what came out. 4 healthy babies. So, yeah. That's why if you look at like the Donner Party, the people in the Donner Party, one of the men, he was on his third wife, because his other 2 died during pregnancy. And they were all related to each other, like they were sisters and stuff. That's common too in the 1700s and probably even earlier.
Trying to make a new character on this DC universe, but there's so many options.
What kind of characters do you get to make?
Oh man. I
mean, like, are they based on DC characters?
Yeah, you can duplicate any character. I think I'll make a new version of... I gotta cancel this, I gotta go right in.
A new version of Fuck? That's an interesting name for a costume hero.
I'm just like you.
Bangin' Betty. That's her name, Bangin' Betty.
I think there's already been a Banging Betty. I just kind of think that that's something somebody would have came up with a long time ago. Well, at least we know that Johnny can answer a yes or no question.
Yeah.
I can't answer a yes or no question. I was telling them I had a dream about that where the guy said you have to answer it yes or no, and they started asking me questions. And the first couple of questions I was able to do yes or no.
No question that you have to say yes or no to.
It was simple.
Maybe.
Just either say yes or say no.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Either yes or it's no.
that's not true. I mean, what
Even if you
color
don't
blue
understand
are
the
you
question,
talking
just say yes.
There's only one color of blue. All the others are shades of blue, and don't even appear on the color chart.
Well, no, because how I see blue and how you see blue is different, perceptually wise. Our brain just registers it different. We just agree that it's blue so that we can have conversation. But you may see the blue with a different shade of hue than I see a shade of hue. Is blue a color I like? Is that what you're asking? Do I like the color blue?
Yeah, but in general, we have established that there is not a sky blue, not a baby blue,
No,
not
it's
an aqua
cyan.
blue.
It's cyan. I mean,
Cyan.
that's... Yeah, so cyan blue is what you're asking. Do I like cyan blue, which is a primary color, and is used in all the mixing of all other colors. But now, see, I have to ask this question before I answer that question. I have to ask a question, and the question is, in what mannerism are you asking me, do I like the color blue? Are you just asking me that do I like the color blue, or do I like the color blue to wear in clothes, or do I like the color blue as something I would have around me forever, or do I like... See, but that's what we were talking about, simplicity. I can't just answer the question yes or no to begin with. My brain takes it other places, because if I say yes, and maybe you were talking about, oh, so you like the color blue in carpet? Well, no. Well, you just said you like the color blue. I do, but no, maybe I don't like it in carpet though. I've had blue carpet. So
I got the texture matters.
Right. So for me, I can't answer yes or no questions because my brain keeps going beyond the question. I've had people ask me, do you like me? And I can't say, that's probably one I could probably say yes to, unless they go to the next step. Then my brain's like, well, what if they go to that next step? How much do you like me? Is this going to open up doors? What kind of like are you asking me about? That's just how my brain's been since I was a child. And believe it or not, drove lots of people nuts. I got in trouble in school all the time for it. Because I'd ask questions and they'd be all like, I had one teacher say, there's no such thing as a stupid question, until they met me. And at the end of the semester, they said that, there are stupid questions.
Only stupid questions is the one not asked.
That's a good answer. I always say, no, there's no stupid question. There's questions that if you thought about them, you probably wouldn't need to ask the question. But if you're asking me the question, then either you haven't thought about it or you just need clarification like my brain does. It just needs to know exactly where you're sending me. Because I don't think, in general, let's say for 75% of the people out there, I don't think like they do. I think differently, and I need to clarify what we're having a conversation about, because I will be off on some way weird shit, down the road, and that person's like, I didn't even mean to go there, and I'll be like, well, yeah, you did, because you asked this question, this question, this question. They'll be like, no, I didn't mean any of that, or I didn't even think about that, or I don't know what you're talking about, because I confuse them a lot. So I always just like to have clarification. So yes, I do like the color blue, but I like all colors.
See, you answered it. Yes or no?
I did, but what I meant was I can't answer it without asking questions prior to. I mean, it's not that you couldn't answer the question yes or no, it's that you require more information to answer the question. Right.
So you have to answer with a question, but you're still leading to that yes or no. You just request.
Yeah, I can make it clear cut. But I think in the dream, what they were saying is, let me clarify, is that I cannot answer it immediately. For me, a lot of times there's a yes but, or a yes or a yes and. It's just not a clear cut yes. And anytime I have done a clear-cut yes or no, I usually end up having issues with it later on, so I just try to ask the questions that are there in my brain at the time. Which is weird, I know. Like I said, I know how my brain works. I have problems processing information anyway. What happened here? which is something a lot of people don't understand. That's why I ask a lot of the same repetitive questions of people, which probably drives Sav Jazz completely nuts. Because I'm asking the same questions over and over and over again, because I can't get it to gel in my head. Or I come up with some other thought, and I'm like, oh, but what about this? And what about that? Did you take a look at that bot I told you about for your PayPal?
No.
I know you
went
don't
to
use it.
and saved it.
Oh.
But I didn't
I don't
have
know
it.
if you can use it on Twitch, though.
They can't restrict me from getting money. My
No,
content.
no, I didn't mean that. I just don't know if it runs on Twitch. I know it runs in Discord, but I don't know if it runs
I'll
on
run
Twitch.
it through the chat room if I do anything.
What am I... My GIMP is not working right. What happened here? It's zoomed out. Why am I zoomed? They upgraded GIMP, and now everything is like really weird
Jim?
to do. Yeah, the free Photoshop.
Yeah, how long has it been since you used it? Because I just got it recently and I'm loving it.
Oh, I just upgraded it again. I've had it for 3 years. I just got the newest update. I didn't know the new one had been out. Lately, my updates haven't been saying, oh, you need a new update. When you open it, it's not always telling me it needs an update. I have a Fire Alpaca. Have you ever seen that one?
No.
It's an art. It's kind of like GIMP, but it's an art drawing pad thing. So I use it when I want more fine-tuned drawing to be done. And every time I open it, if there's an update, it lets me know it's free, and so it'll just tell you when there's a free update. And so does the Sigfig, which is the animation studio I have that's free, and it does the same thing. It'll just say, oh, there's a new update, and you can go check it out. You know. But yeah, so yeah, those are the ones I have. I just got a called G-Stop for stop motion, but you have to take the pictures. They don't.
I've been using that Blender.
You know, I used Blender when I first got on, and I just had a hard time with the lighting, how to do the light thing. I might go back to it because it is a free and has some really cool aspects to it, especially if you're gonna make games or whatnot. There it is. But what are you doing, Chris?
I'm getting copper.
Copper. I was playing that Portal Knights I was telling.
Is it any good?
I just says no if it's the one that doesn't annoy the person you're asking. I annoy people all the time, Savjaz. It's a bane in my life. I annoyed my parents. My mother was always happy when I went away to camp. Or to my grandparents. That was an excitement for my parents. For me. I spent a lot of time with my grandmother because she was very understanding about me. It's just the way it is. She'd say I had a beautiful mind that needed to be fostered. Too bad I was a female. My grandfather said that too. What's that? You don't have a rough time with a brain like that. That's why I'm so glad the world's changed a little bit in that aspect. Okay, where am I? Oh, now I'm getting cold. Oh, dang it, I wasn't cold before, but I seem to be fine. I got a snowflake, but I'm good. But I'm good. So what you been doing lately, Johnny? Just that tabletop?
Yeah.
Did you find some people to play with you?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I really wanted to, but I just didn't. I don't have cash.
Oh, that's alright.
I'm gonna, oh, Thunderpoo, I'm gonna let you know in case you haven't read my thing lately. Probably in February, I won't be able to play games online for a while.
Right.
I'll be able to stream, and I'll still be on Discord and stuff. I just won't be able to do a party chat Though we can do it through Discord if you guys want. I mean, if you want to do a chat, we can always do a Discord chat because I have the internet set up. But, what's that bird flying? Go away, bird. I pay for my subscriptions yearly. And with the government not paying out their taxes on time, my daughter won't have the money for my yearly subscription. So, it's just something that's not in the budget. Because I'd rather have the internet, because now I just stream through the, through my internet.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have the internet, and I can still do my channel stuff that way. I just can't play, like, I won't be able to play Ark, I wouldn't be able to play, Destiny. I can still play some of my other games I got. So it's not like I wouldn't be able to stream anything, I just won't be able to do party chats on PlayStation. But you and I could talk on Discord. You call me all the time. Johnny tried to call me the other day. Somebody else did too, and I'm like, guys, you gotta let me know you're calling me. If you don't message me to tell me you're calling me first, I'm not gonna be able to pick it up, because my computer will ring, and I can talk through the channels. I just can't talk, like, on a phone to my computer. I have to talk through my phone.
Yeah.
So where do you get the DC? Is the DC that game? It's on PlayStation.
Yeah, it's free to play. If you want,
I think I played that one. Isn't that a top scroll where you look down on it and roll like the Marvel Alliance? No, there's something different. I'll have to look at it. I'm building something at the moment, and when I'm done, I'll go look at it. I'm sitting in the freezing cold here, and the game wants to kill me, as is always. Okay, we're gonna start right there. That's good. Okay, up. Up, up. One there, and we're in the dark. Let's build a... Oh, I don't have flint, do I? No, of course not. Flint seems to be the most important thing in all the world. Bird, go away. I'm not making you into my pet. I have my own pet. Go away. Hate when the game does that. Hate it. Hate it. Let's go up here real quick. Is Sav Jazz playing Atlas right now? I'm thinking. Or Subnautica.
I honestly don't know.
I bet he's playing one or the other one. Okay, accept. What is that? Sure, I'll take it. I don't know what I'll do with it, but we'll take it so it can be in dark. That's always fine. Alright, so that new Valerasaurus I got, that baby that I bred, is doing pretty good. So it keeps eating. Now I'm in the dark. I saw a Christmas mammoth. It's really funny. As soon as I build me a little tower, I'll go check that game out.
I don't need help, but if you're starting a new character, I'll run through the levels with you.
Seek fluid intake immediately.
Well, you have to be just a minute, like I said. So I'm doing
something in the stream. I'll definitely play with you if you want to start one up.
He's playing Atlas. Told you it was one or the other. A double mats. What's double mats weekend mean?
Double materials.
Oh yeah, that game seems like one where you need the materials a lot. I'm in the dark, guys. I can't see. I want to make a tower.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Raiju. Raiju. The one about if you found a genie and you could get 3 wishes, Nixay on wishing for more wishes. What would you wish for? Hey, Thunderpoo, why'd you change your,
Because my phone died and I can't be bothered to go and get the charger.
Oh, I would have told you what they said. I'm watching it while in between playing Ark and doing my vlog thing. Like I said, I was having some issues here with, for some reason, it doesn't want to show me the view. I'm tricked. Mana. I don't want to zoom. Can we go back out? Put in the window. I think that's, there it goes. Thank you. I don't know. Every once in a while, I get these weird.
What am I? I'm a celestial bow flying.
I'm not a big DC comic book fan as much as I am a.
I'm more of a Marvel fan, yeah, but I like DC. There's some DC characters I can get behind.
I mean, I like Lobo. Lobo's one of my favorite, but that's because he's a lot like Wolverine.
Right.
I like Lobo. I like Catwoman. I love Harley Quinn. I mean, what's not to love of Harley Quinn? This spectacular little creature, especially how they've
Film-wise, I think I like Deadpool, Ant-Man.
Ant-Man for sure.
I just saw Venom. I really enjoyed it.
Oh man.
Who, Deadpool?
I'm doing Hero.
Ant-Man. What did you say, Johnny? I'm sorry.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. Oh, yeah. Which is an interesting thing because Ant-Man in the comic books is an asshole.
Is he?
Yeah, because he's an alcoholic who's abusive to his wife, which was Wasp. Because he gets jealous that she becomes technically a better Avenger and is people like her better because she's got a nicer personality, of course. He has that mentality of always wanting to be the best and not. He's always like behind the other scientists, like Tony Stark and Reed Richards. So he's always and he's always being compared to them. So he always had this chip on his shoulder. And then when he perfected what he actually stole from somebody else, when he perfected it, they still didn't give him that notoriety that he wanted. So he just became a very bitter person in the comic books, and they just kind of took it that way. Well, yeah, they'd have to change him because nobody would want an alcoholic asshole as a hero. I mean, they wouldn't probably mind if he was interesting, but he's not. He's just really self-absorbed, kind of, you know, that person that just drives you nuts. Because
I like the new version they gave him, but I would probably like the old version too, to be honest.
Well, it's an interesting, it was an interesting take on it, but that's why Wasp leaves him in the comic books, because he just, you know, it's hard to live with. Yeah, he's one of the few characters that's a hero that they really turned him into a real jerkwad. I mean, Tony Stark too. There's a period of time that the Iron Man comic books, and when Tony Stark is just you just can't stand him.
He went nuts.
He's very arrogant asshole, even more so than how what's his name, Downey Jr. that plays him, even more so than that, you know. Because there's a certain amount of lovableness that you can go with Tony Stark in the movies that's different than Tony Stark in the comic books. And now I'm cold, man. Now I'm cold. Well, it's bad cold, right?
I went Wonder Woman.
She's another one that's had a lot of change since the 70s and 80s too.
Well, you gotta make her stand out, because she kind of fell back with all the other main superhero chicks that came out.
Well, in in the 90s, in the late 90s and early 2000s, they suggested that she was a demigod, whereas prior to before that, that was never a suggestion. They never really said where, or they just said the gods made her, but they never indicated that she was, you know, a demigod style. So that's that's really kind of interesting if you think about it. It plays a different part. And then when they did the Superman run of the mid 2000 where he becomes evil, they all become kind of, oh, what's that one called? Where it's him, Batman, and Wonder Woman are literally controlling the world because they decide that the world governments can't control themselves. Oh, and Lois Lane dies, and him and Wonder Woman become.
That's a good storyline.
Yeah, and then they played that. Everybody liked it so much they played it out that him and Wonder Woman, you know, in one aspect, are still a couple. I just can't remember. I don't, like I said, I don't read a lot of DC anymore. I watch a lot of the cartoons and read the graphic novels for the most part. Watch the movies, and that's about it. Watch the movies. I watch a lot of the anime movies, because those are my favorite, really. Those are interesting. I just watched one that was so funny. It's adult. It's rated R, and it's Harley Quinn. Batman and Robin pick up Harley Quinn because they have to go after Ivy and some swamp, not the swamp thing, but another guy who wants to they're gonna kill off all the humans, and so they use Harley Quinn to find Ivy. It's hilarious. Right. It's funny. It was a really good anime. I can't remember. It's on Hulu. I'll have to get the name of it, but it's really interesting. I'm pulling out my comic books right now. I've been John Ironclad showed me this online place where you can put your comic books in and it will keep track of their value for you. Mine aren't worth a whole lot because they're well read, but I thought it would be a good way to get them all in, so I could look at them and see what I had and didn't have if I want to get rid of some of them. Like I have Batmans that I was going to give Mr. Ironclad when I find them. Alright, I can... Let's see, we're making us a tower, hopefully. A tower! We're gonna make another tower, guys. Tower, hopefully. I'm here at 50-50. Oh, it's not gonna let me do it. What up? Suck bodies. I'm gonna make a long tower rather than a... What are you doing now, Thunderpoo? In Subnautica? Are you still just organizing?
No, not organizing. I'm building my base up now.
What do you need so much of a base for?
I am building upwards, out of the water.
Do you, I had a question about that. Do you need, like, sunlight for your plants to grow? Is that a requirement that you need?
No.
Okay, so I can build, the plants will grow even though I don't have anywhere there's sunlight, like they're in just the hallway.
Yeah.
They'll still grow. And then how do you harvest the plants? Because I planted one of those bulbo plants.
The bulbo ones you have to go up to, and you have to hit it with your knife. Basically.
I gotta get that song now for Savjaz. I gave him Barbie Girl.
Oh God.
Yep.
I can kind of
Well, he
imagine
asked
that
for
already.
it. Vito Man was doing Beat Saber, and he asked for Barbie Girl, and everybody kind of ignored it. They, ignored it. So I found in the lip sync contest them doing the song. She did it really well. So I gotta find It's My Way or The Highway for him. Well, do you know that's the Highway song? My Way? By Limp Bizkit? Do you know who Limp Bizkit is?
They've got a lot of really funny stuff in wardrobe. I mean, well,
I found it though. So I'll share that one with him. They were one of my favorite bands, and I know it's so uncool to say you like Limp Bizkit, but I like Nickelback too, and that's like, oh my God, you have no taste in music. Are you a country music singer kind of person? Yeah? No? Yeah? I see it's already in his playlist. The Barbie one is in your playlist, Sabjaz? Because here's his window. Okay, so what's your favorite? Why is that not popping up? What's your favorite song group to listen to? Like, that's a question for you. Okay, so if you're going to a desert island and you're only allowed to take one album, one DVD or movie, and one book, what would they be?
Say that again.
Okay, so the world's gonna end or whatever. It doesn't matter, but you're gonna go someplace and you're only allowed to have. You can take with you one movie, one album, and one movie, one album, and or cartoon, TV series, or whatever. And then I think it's what it is one movie. Wait a minute, I got wolves attacking me. My dinos are taking care of it though, but let me get rid of them before they eat me. Okay. You're going to an island. You're allowed to take one movie, one TV series, one book and or comic book, and there's one more. One movie, one TV series, one book. Maybe it's comic book or comic book. I know it's book or comic book. We'll just do that. Movie, TV series, and book and or comic book. Well, yeah, there is if somebody don't like what you answer. That's only wrong to them, not you. It's only wrong to them, not you. Would it be funny?
I like that one.
What would that be for you? It's a really cool looking rhino. I don't need one, but... So what would that be for you, Toe? What's your favorite album? Like, what album could you listen to for the rest of your life? Is there an album that you could listen to for the rest of your life? Most people nowadays have a playlist, so, that it's kind of an old statement at that point. Well, yeah, I had, in the 70s, I got a record player for, I think, my 10th birthday. 1975, yeah, around 1975, my mom got me a little record player. And the first album that she got me was K-Tail's Greatest Hits in rock. So it had like Styx, it had Kansas, Styx, Boston. But they were everything that was popular in 1974 was like the top hits in 1974. So it was Carry Me Wayward was by Kansas. Styx was Renegade. I love that album though. I still have it in my garage. But I still have it. But yeah, that was my first intro to albums, was that. And then I did 45s a lot because I could buy them with my allowance. So they were like $1.45 for a 45, you know, $1.50. You can get 2 songs on them. A lot of times there were songs that you'd never see in the album either, so that was pretty cool. The new Aquaman? Oh. Yeah, you're not gonna take Wilson with you. We understand.
I'd probably take Hellbilly Deluxe or the Riddle Box.
Oh yes, I have Hellbilly Deluxe. Oh, I'm sure you will. It might take you a little longer than it would take the average person because you'd be acknowledging that you were doing it, but at some point in time you would start talking to yourself. Human beings like to hear conversation. Isolation does that to people.
Emergency.
So, wait, so you'd want something from the 80s or the 90s. Okay, and then you'd want Aquaman as the movie to watch for the rest of your life. And then what would be a book? Or a comic book? Or a magazine. I mean, if there's a magazine that you really want to take with you. Like your favorite Playboy or Hustler magazine.
I don't know how to add anybody on this game, so you're going to have to add me and then we'll figure it out from there.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
I have the book for you. I actually have the book for you. I have 2 of them. One's a homesteading book, and then the other one is crafts. It's something crafts, and it shows you how to make bowls and plates, and how to build generators and stuff like that. Yes, right. See, but that's because I have I'm a bit of a what do they call them? The doom people, the people that believe that
Doomsday Prepper.
You know, yeah. So I have books, like tons and tons of books of that. I don't have my bathtub filled with water or, you know, buckets of dried food in my thing. I just know how. I have scavenger books that teach you how to take thing. In fact, I was thinking that since playing Fallout 76 again, I look at things in my house and go, you could turn that into that. You know, you could turn that into that. But yeah.
I made my house out of cargo containers.
Out of what?
Cargo containers.
But so, okay, Johnny, we can do Chris next. Chris, and then we'll do Johnny. What would be your album?
I'd probably say something from the 80s.
Oh, you're an 80 boy too?
Yeah.
But, you know, in the 80s, are you talking... Now, wait. So, if you're saying 80s, so are you talking the 80s rock or 80s pop or punk? Or heavy
Pop.
metal? Because those were the 4 that were really big right at that time period.
I'd say pop.
So, like the Pet... So, you like Pet Shop Boys, or new wave kind of style pop, or the pop that was on the radio at the time, which would be Duran Duran and Pet Shop Boys and of the 80s. I don't know. In 1983, I was listening to a lot of rock, but it was like Led Zeppelin, which wasn't coming out at that time, Styx, AC/DC. Yeah, so you're tagging more of the easy listening, heavy metal kind of poppy radio stuff. See, I was listening to things like Sticky Little Fingers and YouTube. Oh, you're talking about everything, a world radio. Okay, I'm just curious because I was just wondering, because when people who are younger than 30 say they want to listen to 80s music, a lot of time it's that radio pop music, but not necessarily some, like Whitesnake wouldn't be included in that, but Madonna might be. Cyndi Lauper. I know. I just was clarifying that. I was doing it nice, so you didn't have to say your name, your age. I mean, so okay, so. I like your name. All right, so Chris. So 80s music. What movie would you take with you forever?
Movie. I don't really know.
You don't have a favorite movie?
No.
Interesting. Okay, and then TV. Neither one of you said TV series. Is there a TV series either one of you would be interested in watching forever and ever and ever?
I don't think so myself.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Well, yeah, that'd be a good series because they were on 15, 16, season 15, 16. Yeah. It's like soap operas. Mm-hmm. That is true. Some of them. Yeah, well, that's the reason they're canceling all those is because Disney's leaving Netflix. So Disney they don't want to play the. Yeah, they had a big article on it.
Did they? Because the last
Yeah.
one I seen, it said they just had creative differences between the different shows.
No, what happened is they released that as the reason being behind it, but economically the problem is Netflix would then have to pay creative licensing to Disney because Disney owns the Marvel characters.
Yeah.
So the only two they still have at this point in time is Punisher and Jessica Jones. And Jessica Jones, the actress or the lady who writes it or something, is no longer. She's going with Disney. She's not staying with Netflix. So Agents and Seal is owned by Disney as well because the channel that it airs on is owned by Disney also, which is the ABC network, I think. I don't even know if they're coming up with another season. I looked it up and it didn't show they were having a new season coming out yet because they killed off what's his name. There. Oh, sorry. I just blew it for you. Right, but yeah, I won't explain that whole aspect. When I say kill off, they just took him off the thing. Let's just go with that.
I'll be right back.
So no TV series for Chris. Dude, you gotta move. No, they already did the Inhumans. And it didn't go over. Nobody liked it. I watched the series. It was a good series. It's just really slow and hard to get into because I don't know what actors they used. They weren't ones that you felt connected to. But there's a, was it on Hulu that I saw it? I'll have to look it up. I think it was on Hulu that I saw the Inhumans. And if you look it up, I think it pops up. They did a whole series on the Inhumans, and that's it. They're not doing season 2. It was not renewed. And the movie was canceled. Well, I don't know about that one. For the Beyonder? Oh. I watched Gifted. Gifted? I watched Gifted, which is about really the New Mutants. Or the extra X-Men, I guess, that aren't. Because it's got Laurel Dane in it, and John Thunderbird, and a couple of new characters. It's got Blink in it. They brought Blinks in it. So, and that's pretty good. It's not really going the way I would have thought it should have gone, but, you know, if I made movies, it would be much better than they're making them. Yeah, and then there's Gifted, which is on Hulu, which has to do with the Runaways. Not Gifted, the Runaways, and then Gifted is the one that I just talked about, like the extra mutants in it with Laurel Dane, and they make suggestions to the X-Men all the time. And that's on the Fox network. So, alrighty. So, any comic books that you guys like? One comic book that you would have to take with you?
I was never really into comics.
No graphic novels, no anime?
No.
I find this hard to believe. You're not nerdy, and you're not as nerdy as I thought you were? Oh no! What will we do? Garfield? My son has Calvin and Hobbes. Calvin and Hobbes. I remember Heathcliff. It's like Marmaduke.
I think I'm gonna end off the stream here now. And I'm gonna head off as well.
You are?
Yeah.
Alright, well. Alrighty, well, then goodbye everyone. Digital Man. I'll be streaming tomorrow.
Alright.
Savjaz, are you gonna stream later? Savjaz might stream later. That'll be fun.
He might do.
Alright.
Yeah, so have a good day / night. And same for you, Grammy. And I'll see you tomorrow, maybe?
Yeah, I'll be streaming tomorrow. Mostly, maybe No Man's Sky. It will be my only PlayStation one. Everything else, I think, is Xbox.
Alright. Well, I finish work around about 6 my time. So...
Okay. What's Monday looking like for you?
Monday, I think I'm off.
Okay, because I'll have Monday free. I'll be doing a lot of channel stuff, but I can chat with you for a little bit.
Yeah.
Alright, calculator, Thunderboo.
Yep. Have a good night, y'all.
Later, man.
Just waiting for the game to quit.